AI is a powerful design assistant, but only if you know how to talk to it. Most designers write prompts that are too vague or too basic. In this video, I'll show you how to generate prompts that deliver real UX insights, provide design ideas, and help you with user flows. Not so much generic stuff. So let's get into it. Step 1, give context. AI needs to know who you're building it for, what problem you're trying to solve, and how this information is going to be used. As much detail as you can to help set the stage for AI to understand. So instead of saying design a dashboard, you can say something like, you are a senior UX designer designing a campaigns dashboard for marketing managers who want to track conversions, user behavior, things like that. So you see how I set the stage of who I am as the person asking, what I'm trying to do, who I'm trying to do it for, what they're trying to get out of it, and the fact that they're going to use that to inform campaigns, to understand user behaviors. So step 2 is tell AI exactly what you want out of it, right? So what do you want it to generate? Do you want it to generate personas, user journeys, user flows, design recommendations, usability improvements? Do you want it to do a contrast check? Do you want copy, layout suggestions, things like that? Like, you need to tell AI what you expect it to spit out for you. So something generic would be improve the design, right? That's too generic. Like, what does that even mean, right? Imagine you're working with a client and the client says, make it better, give it, more pizzazz or wow. It's like, okay, can you be a little more specific? Like, do you want color, tone, language? Do you want me to do something with the font? You need to be, treat it like you're asking a client question. So instead of saying improve the design, you could say, please make 5 recommendations to improve the user experience and reduce friction points based on the user journey and persona. You could say, point out issues that you see at certain points within the flow, right? So maybe from clicking on a product to what happens when they're exploring the product and then they actually click to purchase or something, right? Like, what are some issues that you see during this part of the flow where they're making a decision and then deciding to actually convert into a customer? So you see how detailed I got? Like, that really helps AI understand and can better configure what it's going to give back to you. So as specific as you can be on what you need. You can ask AI to point out contrast issues, help you recognize where maybe bounce rates are happening or churn could happen, things like that. Like, just really specific so it has something to reference. So in the first step, you set the tone of, you set the stage, who you are, what you want, who's the end user, what are their goals, and then you want to tell AI what you're expecting to get as feedback from this request. So you're building like a case study almost through AI. So you have to break it into fragments. And then another thing that's really important is you want to give AI some constraints, right? And constraints don't always mean limiting or reducing, but you need to give it some boundaries, right? So if I ask it to build a complete user journey for a procurement manager who's trying to purchase B2B security software or something, right? Like, how wide is that journey, right? How many steps in a user flow like that? So I need to kind of narrow it down and say, give me the main 4 pages within that journey, the main touch points, focus on tone, focus on being supportive and anticipating questions that a persona like this would have in a journey like this. So you see how I kind of gave it some structure and boundaries to go on versus just like blah, like just give me everything. That's too much. Like, even though AI is like super computer and it can do everything, that can water down the results that you get when you really want it concentrated, because we are, UX designers and experts, so we can fill in those gaps and we can refine those pages. But again, AI is a design assistant, right? So look at it that way, and that will really help you optimize your interactions. Something that I'm sure you guys realize is you use AI. I think I use AI for like pretty much everything in my life. Like I talk to it, I ask it for literal design and style recommendations, right? Whether I'm doing interior decorating, whether I'm literally picking out an outfit. I know that's a little out there, but I love it. I ask for like feedback on my art. So it's not just work for me. Like I'll be in my garden and I just throw random seeds and I'm like, God, I can't remember what this plant was, and I'll take a picture and AI will be like, oh yeah, that's this or that. And I'm just like, oh, of course, great. I definitely remember planting that papaya. I just didn't remember where I threw it. So anyway, I went off on a tangent, but just so you know, like I use AI in every aspect of my life. It's not just work. And one thing you'll notice is that sometimes you don't get the answer that you want in the first round. And my recommendation is to not be discouraged, right? Like there's something called iterative prompting, where just like how from the very beginning of this video, I had you set up the case study or the stage for your questions. So in a way that was iterative as well. But even then, right, you have to refine the way you're asking questions, the information that you're providing in each prompt, because the results will continue to improve and build on themselves based on the information and constraints that you provide to whatever AI you're using, if that makes sense. So you may find that you have to ask the same question multiple times in different ways to get the answer that you want. So again, it brings me back to one of my interviews I had this year earlier, where I was asked, how does someone without UX experience know if the answer is correct? And yeah, that's the big dilemma here, right? Like if you don't know what the search result is, how do you know you got back the right result? So yeah, it's kind of one of those things where you do have to have some experience, especially once you get more higher level UX thinking, where it gets kind of psychological or it's very intricate, elegant, elevated experiences that only someone who's been like deep into the work can really understand all the nuances around that. So yeah, try to reach out, look on forums, try to make connections, build a network so that you can grow and learn these skills. Read thought pieces and thought leadership pieces from UX leaders out there. We always drop little nuggets of information. I make these videos to try to give back to this career that has given me so much, so that's kind of one of the goals here. So if you guys do have questions, reach out. I have people reaching out, people that I mentor. So grateful for them. I feel like I learn just as much as I give. But yeah, one of the dilemmas in this field is if you don't know what the right answer is, you can end up just taking whatever AI gives you, and it could very well be an hallucination or an exaggeration or just flat out wrong. And one thing that really helps, but AI again is very good at this, right? It's very smart, is asking it to give you an explanation as to why it made that recommendation, why it created that type of interaction or that suggested that pain point or friction point. As you know, in UX design, especially when you're presenting your work, especially our work has very significant financial impact on revenue. We have to justify every decision that we make, right? Whether you're in marketing, product, information, technology, you have to justify the decisions that you made, because those are going to spin up into full projects, and those impact real jobs, real people, right? Like from engineers to project managers to sales representatives to customer success. Like everything you do as a UX designer ripples out. And so it's very important to keep that in mind when you're making a decision. And that's why I'm so glad UX designers are being paid more, because, we're recognized for the value that we provide, because it does start, that is the source of everything for, like I said, all those different positions within the org where UX lives. So very important to explain why. And so challenge your AI to explain why, you know, as if look at it through the lens of like maybe the financial officer of the company, and they're like coming down and grilling you and auditing you and saying, why did you make this button green instead of blue or orange? And you know, why do I have a drop down instead of showing all the links? Like, explain it to me, you know, related to, hey, this is going to translate into a dollar amount. Like, it is, the stakes really are that high. I'm not trying to be melodramatic. Like, it really does come down to that. And especially people with experience can, you know, back me up on this. So again, closing remarks, you know, AI is not replacing designers. I think AI is going to encourage more prompters. So one skill that I'm trying to help you guys build is the ability to develop really smart, effective prompts. Because while it does save time, you know, just like trying to debug code, like you can spend a lot of time, sometimes hours, trying to get the correct answer out of AI, that if you look at it, some things, like some artifacts or processes in AI, you could have finished already if you just did it manually. So to ensure that it makes sense and that you're making the most of your AI is to really refine your prompting skills. And so I hope this video helped provide a framework for you that can help support you as you develop these skills. And yeah, just use AI as your support. Use it as like another version of you. So it's like peer designing, peer programming, whatever you want to call it in your field, but utilize it, take advantage of it. Everyone's using it, you guys, so definitely don't resist this change and this evolution. Get ahead of it, consume it, use it to your advantage as much as possible in every way that you can. I encourage you to. I think it's really exciting. Like I said, I don't just use it for work, right? I literally use it to identify plants. I'm a huge gardener. I use it to, you know, help give suggestions or feedback on my painting, like an art critique, or something as simple as, hey, what are my best colors for my skin tone, eye color, hair color, you know, things like that. Like, I'm an artist through and through, you know, so it reflects in every aspect of my life. And so AI is my artistic partner in that sense. And it's really great. Like, it's awesome. It's like having a personal assistant, a personal everything. So anyway, take it for what it's worth. But when it comes to your career, definitely refine your prompting skills. It will only make you more valuable to your company, and it'll make your life easier. So trust me on that. I'm speaking from experience. And thank you guys so much for joining. If you found this video useful, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, subscribe. More is coming. And please, if you have any questions or any thoughts or recommendations, right? Like, I don't know everything. I'm a forever student. Like, please go ahead and put those comments in the chat. If you're not comfortable, you can find me all over the internet. I think I linked my LinkedIn. I have my email address, lots of contacts. So reach out, and I'm really excited for the community that we're building here. So talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.